Nigerian authorities described the blasts as terrorist activities, but declined to...
Religion-based conflict has steadily increased worldwide. Countries where people with different types of beliefs and religions once lived side by side in peace have become increasingly unstable as those freedoms have been threatened.
The fault lines of ethnic tensions and religious extremism are pushing countries to the brink. When we look at trends of religious violence and terrorist attacks, they are often a struggle for political power or for scarce economic resources.
Poverty is a breeding ground for radicalism. It also leads to a higher levels of corruption and conflicts.
Conflicts often erupt when the majority culture feels threatened by the minority culture or vice versa.
Women, youth, and minorities are most devastated by this conflict.
It's a major issue when your security is at risk for simply saying the wrong thing or showing up in the wrong part of town.
Freedom of religion or belief is good for peace building because of the simple fact that religious intolerance breeds violence. 88% of the international religious terrorist groups originate in religiously oppressive countries.
Countries with religious restrictions experience 13 times as many terrorist attacks as more free countries. States that enforce blasphemy laws experience almost 6 times as many terrorist attacks as states where such laws don't exist.
Religious organizations often meet local needs, which can provide stability and diminish some of the factors that lead to violence or terrorism.
But it's important to educate our religious leaders and the public about the biases in our own faith community.
Universally, there is no standard interpretation of religious scriptures. However, this creates a vacuum for individuals to act on their own biases, which often leads to conflicts.
In open, religiously free societies, extremists will have their views challenged and will have to defend them in the marketplace of ideas instead of with violence.
Freedom of belief is based on the human dignity of each person, regardless of who they are or what they believe. To take away the freedom of others threatens everyone's freedom. The more people's beliefs are repressed and controlled, the more it can lead to people becoming violent and pushing back. Violence breeds violence.
We need to educate people about the connection between religious freedom and peace and stability. We may come from different cultures, religions, and experiences, but we have similar human stories.
Accepting those of other religions saves lives.
It produces peace and peace of mind.
Peace and security are the main ingredients for healthy and prosperous society.
Religious leaders on both sides must educate their followers about countering violence, rooting out prejudice, and being gracious about the other.
Together we can safeguard our communities, including our places of worship.
Freedom of religion is the pillar for peacemaking because when your beliefs are respected, then you are better able to respect the belief of others. You are able to say that we as a community or nation value human dignity. It's all of us coming together with our differences and our unique histories that make us stronger, that builds peace and security as we unify and stand against violent extremism.